Good fucking morning, boys. Good fucking morning. Nice and early today. 3 p.m. almost. You're welcome. You're welcome. Check artifact section. You gotta do better than that if you wanna troll me. Old chat had creative ideas with Pastelul. Don't be stupid. I don't fucking know, but what I do know is that we're back. We're back in black, motherfuckers. I have to make sure I don't roll over the dog wizard. That's it. Spam as much as you can for 10 seconds, everyone. cphmania demonstration says Pepe laugh.
Hello Forsen, is this the artifact waiting room?
At Forsen FeelsWeirdMan. At Forsen FeelsWeirdMan. Imagine getting triggered by emotes. Pepe laugh. So fucking bald. LULW.
Imagine getting baited by an emote.
At Forsen FeelsWeirdMan. Imagine getting triggered by emotes. Pepe laugh. So fucking bald. LULW. At Forsen FeelsWeirdMan.
Damn.
At Forsen FeelsWeirdMan.
One of your shittier songs, DJ FGT.
Forsen subs Forsen H. He is not pretending. Omega lol, I guess feels bad man. Imagine banning an emote. Boys, let's move on to the next.
Banning an emote.
So mad Omega Lou.
You're right. Enable poggers. Enable it.
Triggered by Pixels Pepe laugh.
No. Top of his head.
So
Don't actually do that.
LULW.
I was kidding.
Look at his lips.
At Forsen FeelsWeirdMan.
Damn.
At Forsen Nim Weird. At Forsen Weird. At Forsen Weird.
Too far nim. Weird.
Stupid furry costume demonstration says I want you to fuck my dog.
At Forsen FeelsWeirdMan.
Paid to FeelsWeirdMan.
Forsen Nim Weird. At Forsen FeelsWeirdMan.
I love it.
At Forsen FeelsWeirdMan.
Overall though,
Forsen subs Forsen H. Forsen subs Forsen
you gotta
H.
agree.
He is not pretending.
It's absolute
Omega
garbage
lol,
tier
always
emote.
feels bad man.
Absolute garbage tier emote. For people who can't express themselves. Hey, Peppa! She's barking because she thinks that FeelsWeirdMan is such a bad emote. I want you to fuck my dog. Giraffe going down on a pole with sexy music, 1 hour. Jesus Christ, what is wrong with people? Now linking me that's kind of weird. But I would still not express it with FeelsWeirdMan. I would express it with you're fucking weird in text form. Because if I FeelsWeirdMan that, then I don't know what the fuck that person means. Do you think it's weird that I didn't watch a giraffe blow a pole? That I exited the video? Are you FeelsWeirdManning the fucking song and sexualizing it? Are you FeelsWeirdManning that it's 1 hour and people probably has watched the whole thing? I don't know. You can never tell because you're fucking retarded. You can't express yourself. So you sum it up in one word. No dog under me? Good. You can say that about every emote. No. Feels good, man. Expresses that something is good. Something makes you feel good. FeelsWeirdMan is neutral. If I play a sad song and people feels bad, man, it's because the song is sad. If people FeelsWeirdMan during the sad song, it's because we don't know what the fuck they want. Do you not want to listen to the song? Or does the song make you feel weird? Or do you have to take a shit but the toilet is occupied? I don't know what the fuck you want. Get it out of here. Get that fucking emote out of here. I don't want to see it, because I don't know what the fuck you want. Second, much catchier song by DJ Fortnite Gamer Twitch. The fuck is DJ Fortnite Gamer Twitch?
DJ Fortnite Gamer Twitch Production.
FITTA. FITTA. That duck at Rido. Copri OW Convect. The Lemonish. Conky. Sansa with 1 ear. Thank you, boys. I'm still not wearing any underwear. My sister just put on hers.
So fucking broken.
Alright. Enjoy your new badge. Popsy, thank you for gifting us up to Eduardo. And Nicola Kulashev, Black Spot, and Barcone. Thank you very much, my ladies. Unlucky. 300 bits from Vic. Says cheer 300. Nice, no message. Tuk look tuk. Busy Hallard, Fondle Dongle and Taddy, welcome back. Snooserino, my asserino. forsenSWA on his 3 and says YouTube link.
So fucking.
It's the same link. Wow. 2 birds with 1 stone. Starstormed on his 3 and says FeelsWeirdMan is an emote to express displeasure and disappointment. Displeasure and disappointment. Well, what are you displeased and disappointed about? That's the thing I've been telling you about. You. Then say that. Say I am disappointed and displeasured with you. Otherwise I can't know. If you just do the emote. Hey, is it the game? Is it the fact that I stopped reacting to your favorite YouTuber? Which one is it? I don't know. I can't know. I want you to write it in text so that I know. Do you understand the difference? Okay? Stop using shitty emotes and use emotes that I approve of. Because I am the judge and executioner if you don't. Alright? We cool? We cool. Good. I'm glad we got that settled. So you say you're triggered by pixels? No. I'm triggered by people who can't express themselves properly and accurately. T-Unit on his 5 says, any plans to play Persona 5? Also new Sseth video. No plans. No plans.
Hey people.
Heroes of Might and Magic. We've already seen it. Oh wait. Heroes of Might and Magic 2. I vaguely remember Heroes of Might and Magic 2, but I do enjoy playing it. I don't remember it.
Sseth here.
That
Today
well,
I'll be
though.
playing the predecessor.
Oh, now this screen I remember. Holy shit. Yes. This screen I fucking remember. Oh, now it's all coming back to me. It's all coming back to me, man. This was some good shit. You haven't played this shit because you're Zoomers, but this was some good shit too, man. Damn, how bad must Heroes of Might and Magic 1 look like? I for sure haven't played that game, I think. Hang on, let me Google how it looks like. Heroes of Might and Magic 1. Images. Oh, it doesn't look that bad. It doesn't look that bad, honestly. Look at this shite. Wait, there's no way. No, this is Heroes of Might and Magic 3. What the fuck? HD edition. Okay, let's. Oh my god. Okay, this looks fucking cancer as fuck, actually. What is this? Picture for ants? Okay, it doesn't look so bad. Can I get a map? Is this 1? This looks like it could be 2. Okay, it looks kinda... not too bad.
The best turn-based strategy games of all time. A game where combat is decided by whoever gets to move first, victory is decided by who gets the most broken spells, and where the best day of the week is Monday. I'm speaking, of course, about Heroes of Might and Magic 2, but really, it should just be called Heroes of Magic, and sometimes Might if you're very unlucky. I played this first as a child, and now I return to it as a man-child. Released in 1996 by New World Computing, we're going to be looking at this game as the original building blocks for Heroes 3, which got everything right. In contrast, Heroes 2 gets everything wrong, but it's got a lot of soul, it's very pretty, and it's generally a very relaxing experience. First, let's cover the lore. The story takes place after the dominant monarchy has a little disagreement. Roland Iron Fist is the rightful successor to the
This is
throne,
a Game of
but
Thrones
Archibald
prequel.
Iron Fist has had enough of his faggot brother, so he accuses him of soiling the bed and forces him to flee the kingdom in embarrassment. In the campaign, you can choose to either stand with Roland Iron Fist and defend his right to shit the bed, or choose to represent Archibald in his rightful condemnation of his brother's scatological tendencies. Canonically, Roland wins and turns his brother to stone, which is used as a plot point in the RPG games, since Archibald is the only person who understands
what the
nuclear
fuck is
physics.
that?
I'm not joking. I'm completely serious. You need to free him in Might and Magic 6 unless you want the planet to explode in a thermonuclear blast. The Archibald campaign is pretty challenging. The Roland campaign is a billion times worse. There's only one way to win. It's a complex strategy that I like to call restarting the mission until you get lucky and get a spell that lets you no-clip across the map. I think that statement alone should give you a hint of what Heroes 2 is all about. I've got the good old games copy, which emulates the game to run on Windows 10. There's some glitches, but these can all be fixed by playing around with the configuration. Generally, everything looks, plays, and sounds great. This was the first Might and Magic game where they went all out with their sound design. Everything is beautifully composed, and I should mention, every single town theme is sung by a fucking professional opera singer. Have a listen. The production values in this game are absolutely top-notch. Just look at how insanely pretty everything is. Every single unit, every single set piece, even the resources you pick up, gemstones, crystal, treasure chests, they're all still crispy clean to this very day. To illustrate my point, here's a basic unit dwelling for the Knight faction. It's a structure responsible for spawning the most useless unit in the game, the Peasant, and it still looks better than any place I've ever lived in. This detached two-bedroom cottage probably cost more than the student loans of several millennials combined. They told me medieval peasants had it bad. I'm sorry, how can they have it bad when they've clearly got a front garden and, supposedly, a clean source of drinking water? There's a very saturated, high-contrast color palette in this game, and as a kid, I took all that quality for granted, because the modern Heroes games now look like someone's shitty DeviantArt page. I'm going on tangents now, which is a growing symptom of my impending dementia. So let's get to the gameplay. Heroes 2 is a turn-based strategy game, which means it's for thinking people, and people who are too slow to play StarCraft instead. The principle is very simple. You recruit heroes to lead your armies. These all have different stats and skills respective to their faction. The portraits for heroes are an absolute acid trip. There's almost no way to tell what class they are until you mouse over them. Let's take this guy, for example. Can you guess what he is? Yeah, that's right. He's a knight, which means he's a good guy, and on Roland's side. Okay, let's try that again. Can you guess what this guy does? Yeah, correct. He's a wizard, which means he's also a good guy on Roland's side. You know, I'm really starting to doubt Roland's motives. Half of his team look like they've just come out from serving prison sentences for aggravated rape. But who am I to question royalty? A lot of the sorceresses make for great waifu material though. Ah, the 90s. Back before women became degenerate and started plastering their faces with septum piercings. Oh wait, oh no. You recruit armies by spending all your savings on dwellings that spit out new units at the start of each week. You also have to pay them up front. Each of the 6 factions has its own respective 6-unit army, which range in tiers from level 1 to level 6. However, your heroes can only hold 5 different stacks, so you'll have to pick and choose or mix and match to suit your strategy. Wizards are all about range. They've got 3 different shooters. Warlocks answer that by having 3 different flyers that can close the gap. Knights have no flyers, neither do the barbarians. Instead, the knights prefer to tank all the damage, while barbarians lack any kind of defense and rely on hitting fast and hitting hard. A sorceress is a mix of everything. A necromancer is a mix of everything undead. They get their ultimate unit quicker and cheaper than anyone else. And power liches are the only unit in the game which can accidentally wipe out half of your own army. You've got a limited set of moves and actions you can take every turn. Once you're done with your turn, the computer moves around and pretends to be intelligent. Rinse and repeat. Research new spells, upgrade your dwellings, get higher level troops which aren't worth the money, and crush your enemies. It's all very simple. What's not simple is figuring out which factions aren't complete garbage. So, to save you the time, I've made a very easy chart. As you can see, of the 6 different towns you can choose, 5 of them are objectively hot garbage. That's because Warlocks have the best unit in the game. Dragons. Some might argue that different factions have their own strengths and shine at different points in the game. Knights and barbarians in
I
the
don't remember
early
anything
game,
from this game in
necromancers
terms
and
of
sorceresses in
units,
the
power,
mid-game, and warlocks and wizards in
strength.
the late game. We call these people a Heroes 2 apologist. They are subversive, they are insidious, and they are fully convinced that a tier 6 unit with 1/4 of the health and none of the perks of a dragon is a good financial investment. Also, they can't do this. If such a person approaches you, don't listen to their lies. Unplug their hearing aid and jam their mobility scooter immediately before they manage to convince anyone else at the retirement home. In Heroes 2, magic is king. Magic is essential for victory and completely overshadows anything an illiterate, brain-dead warrior can hope to
Only
achieve.
people in their
Why?
retirement
Because
home
there's no
play this
counterplay.
fucking
All a
game.
mage has to do is keep repeatedly suicide bombing his enemies to victory. What is the answer to someone rushing at you repeatedly with phoenixes and spamming Armageddon? Losing. That's what. To beat magic, you have to counter magic with more magic. Armageddon spam can't hold up to a wizard with more spell points than white matter in his brain, who can just cross the entire length of the map with Dimension Door and take all of your towns in a single turn. Heroes 2 is a mess, but it's a beautiful, exploitable mess. In all due fairness, the idea of the game is that you're not meant to stick to a starting faction and instead ramp your way up to getting the town you want, which is Warlocks. If you can't get Warlocks, settle for Wizards. Titans can still hold up to Dragons, and Boars make for a good source of fresh pork, I guess. If you can't get Wizards, settle for uninstalling the game. Also, it should be mentioned that while everything works great on my good old games copy, the sound clip used for teleportation has been completely scuffed. How? Why? I don't know, but I think we should all experience it together. I know teleportation has its risks, but I never expected it to blow my eardrums. So, if you have to teleport, please remove your headphones beforehand, or you're definitely going to develop tinnitus. Since we're on the subject of bullshit strategies, we might as well also cover bullshit units. Luckily, the developers had the foresight to realize that some of these might be a little too strong, so they're not available to any faction. Instead, they can only be obtained in limited numbers through diplomacy and bribery. Case example 1. Genies. These can only be found in magic lamps. They're very pretty. They also hit like a truck, but what my former child brain couldn't understand is that they've got a special ability. They can divide any stack in 2, and it doesn't matter how many genies there are. 1 is enough. So, split them up into stacks and go ham on your enemy's strongest unit. Hit a stack, get lucky, and your enemy's just lost several weeks worth of income. And if you're playing multiplayer, you've just lost several several years worth of friendship. Case example 2. Ghosts. Remember how I mentioned peasants were completely useless? That's not entirely true. If you can somehow convince a couple of ghosts to join you, stop whatever it is you're doing and locate a small horde of peasants. Don't kill them. Let them grow. Let them ferment and let their population explode over the next few weeks. Then it's time to harvest your crop. You see, ghosts take the numbers of any stack they've killed, and since peasants have a single hit point, you can sit back and watch your numbers swell from several dozen to several hundred to several thousand. In a single fight, you've turned a mediocre stack of units into the single most powerful unit in the entire game. At this point, nothing and no one can stop you. Your legion of ghosts will keep growing and growing until there's nothing left to consume. Their numbers will swell so high that the game just gives up trying to show you how many there are. When you've achieved and abused such high levels of broken design, you can finally call yourself a true strategic master of Heroes of Might and Magic 2. The game is still absolutely worth playing. It is dirt cheap on good old games, and in this day and age,
Good
even
old
a
games.
potato clock can
Gog.
run the game. If you want a fair and balanced strategy game, don't play it. If you want to ambush leprechauns for their lunch money, redistribute wealth to the masses, only to murder the masses later,
Are they old
and
school?
choose your way to victory,
Gog?
then this is the game for you. I
Were
give
they
it
the original
3 out of
ones
4
who had
genies because I don't have
heroes?
the extra gemstone
Yeah?
to hire
Huh.
the last one. Thoroughly
I never heard about
recommended.
them
Go
before,
play it. As always, more content
Witcher,
to come,
but maybe
so
I
stay
did.
tuned. A warm thanks to the many members of a
Maybe
Merchants
I
Guild
did know about
generously
them
funding
back
and
then.
bankrolling these videos. A huge thanks to one member of the guild in particular, since he somehow managed to get me a signed copy of a Heroes Live Orchestra CD and a nice HP keyboard, which he optimized for me in case I ever decide to play a league again. Thank you, fam. You're all truly wonderful. Have a good one. And now it's time to violate.
They had a different name back then. Oh. Check out Pathological 2. Yeah, we have that on the list of today. Suspect23 says, when someone posts lol W, is he laughing about the funny thing that just happened at the live broadcast? Is it because he remembers a comedy show from 2009? Because his father wanted to beat him and missed the swing? Or does he suffer a laughing Tourette? I mean, in more cases than not, he is laughing at whatever just happened, like people just lol W your donation right now. When you FeelsWeirdMan. If they were to FeelsWeirdMan your donation right now, we wouldn't know exactly what they're FeelsWeirding. Like, are they FeelsWeirding that you're making child abuse into a joke? Are they laughing because you're acting stupid? We don't know. We don't know. But Lil W is 99% time because it's funny. And 1% of the time because the streamer says Lil W and chat has to type it because they have OCD. There's a difference. Krill with 300 bits says, wow, Forsen, that joke you just verbalized was quite hilarious. Huh, this was 17 months ago. Sorry, 17 minutes ago. I would have simply used an emote such as a little W or Pepper Laugh, but you have instructed me to be more eloquent with my reactionary comments, so I have typed it out in English text for you to read. Cheer 300. Well, there we go. There we go. I'll take it. I will take it, man. All right, let's get in. Let's get on it. Let's get on it. Let's get on it. Let's get on it. Let's check this shit out. What the fuck?